Hi, if you're an eBay seller like me, private seller, you've probably had an email saying that there's a new thing called Simple Delivery. Now, Simple Delivery has been around for a few weeks, but you had Simple Delivery and Custom Delivery. When I've been doing all my listings, I've just been going for Custom Delivery because I was quite happy with that. I go for tracked 48. It was in my control. I got the value that it said, whatever it was, and I would process it with that. And it was great, up to 2 kilograms. Fine, I was happy with that amount and I was paying for it. Now we've got this new feature along with, of course, buyer protection, which we have for a while, which is going to add additional costs as well. So I'm just going to quickly show you the email or a few chunks of it. So you got this, Simple Delivery. And the key date, I think, is the 7th of April, because this is going to be applied to all existing listings, to any existing listings that are eligible. Now, some obviously may fail for different reasons. I don't know what their criteria is. So you got on the 7th of April, all your listings will go to whatever eBay decides. Is it going to be buyer or is it going to be the seller? I don't know how they're going to decide. Also, how they're going to decide the weight. Now, maybe 50% of the time they will get the correct weight, but they probably won't, because if they're basing it, say, on the weight in the thing, I mean, my books, say a book has a weight of 960 grams. Well, yes, it does, but it doesn't after you add all of the wrapping around it, the bubble wrap, packaging, the leaflet, the stick, whatever, all those things. So it might tip over into the 1 kilogram, 2 kilogram boundaries. So then once you've got that, your sticker will be wrong. You'll be putting the incorrect postage. Now, if the buyer's doing it or the seller's doing it, it doesn't matter. It is still potentially wrong. It's going to be on the 7th. If people order something, suddenly you stick that on there and then you put the 750 without checking, you don't think, oh yeah, that's right, because that's what it is. Then bang, you've got a problem. You're going to take that along to the post office. If they check at the post office, they will reject it. But even worse, say they don't check it, you hand it over and they're happy with it. And then along the system, it suddenly says, oh, you know what, it's flagged up as an error. Will this happen with lots of people, that they're going to be sending the wrong postage? I don't know. So what I'm doing for myself, I'm going through all of my listings and putting them to 2 kilograms, because most are just over 1 kilogram. Near enough 90% of mine are going to be over that, whatever eBay says in their things on the weight of 940 grams. Most of mine are fairly heavy duty Marvel comic books, trade paperbacks or whatever, thick, sort of complete collections, epic collections. They are often quite heavy, 900 grams, and may tip over into the kilogram. I might go back later and fix those, put them down again, because if you put the postage too high, then maybe people won't buy. So you've got to balance that off as well. But let's now go to a listing. So I'm just going to go over here, and here's all my listings. And I'm going through them. There's 200 odd, 176. And I have noticed a few problems when I've been doing this. I've been going through some of these already. I've actually put the thing, buyer pays, and it's 2 kilograms. Then gone and shown the view the listing, and the view listing has shown free delivery still. It just ignored it. It's just still kept it how it was. Now, maybe that's going to correct itself, but it's just odd. You look at it and go, oh, that's a bit odd. Even weirder, yesterday when I was doing this and I was going through them, I was going there and buyer pays. I'm going for buyer pays now. So I'm reducing my prices a bit, but buyer pays for postage. I noticed the values. It said £4.27 for 2 kilogram. Once you save it and look at the listing, it was actually showing price of £3.56, which makes no sense. Or if you go for tracked 24, can't remember, £3.75, something like that. Now, today, I've gone on it, it's actually corrected it, and it's now £4.27. But also, like I said, I've been noticing areas where it's putting free collection instead, even though I've set it to buyer and pays for. It's very odd. I'm not certain the system is stable at the moment, to be honest. That I'm really certain that the way it's doing it, it just seems to vary from day to day so far. It's just gone weird. Maybe it's just me. Maybe everyone else is having no problems when they're listing. Maybe they're very happy when they're clicking through. So I'm just going to click this one. Carol Jean Painting. Really good book. Excellent. Recommend it definitely. Loved it. Love that sort of period of artwork. But I've got other books on that subject. And you can see here the price is £4.68, £6.19. So I don't feel that my £5, whatever it will be, £4 will be too bad. So let's just revise this listing. Now I'm going through all my listings anyway. I was doing that, so it's not too much of a hardship. So I'm just going through them because I've thought after a while that, you know what, I think these are wrong, unnecessary. So I'm just reducing it down. So let's just quickly do that in advance. Now, even now, I know sometimes when I try and I do this, save it, I go back and I notice the listing hasn't updated the title. I don't know why. It just seems to ignore it. But it's like sometimes we change these. I love these ones. Sometimes it's rotated 45 degrees, 90 degrees. 90 degrees. And I correct it. I can see on the screen that it's corrected. Save it. I go back to it and it's still rotated 90 degrees. I think somehow some of their systems, some of their updates, a bit odd. But anyway, that's my point. And also I'm just going to go for capitalize. So I went for capitalize there. Okay, so let's just go down. Now, don't think this one, has this one got a weight? I doubt if it knows the weight. Always got some information. Ex-library might be. I don't know. Sometimes it makes a decision on that as well, which I don't understand. How does it know it's ex-library? I don't know it's ex-library. I don't think it is ex-library. I'm quite certain it isn't, but I'm going to leave that. Maybe it's a good thing. I don't know. But it doesn't show the weight. So how can it decide how heavy that is? So I've got a description, blah, 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 the condition, blah, blah. Buyer protection. Really wish they'd change this. I have no problem with it particularly. I mean, eBay, obviously they want to make a bit of money somewhere. Can understand that. But I wish it was bundled somehow into the thing because the amounts that are shown now are ridiculous. It's just like showing the value of £10.04, which I think is horrible for anyone buying. People don't buy on £10.04. They buy on £9.99 generally. That's why I price it £9.99 psychologically. Don't ask me. That's why. But I'm going to reduce it down. Say $7.99. So or maybe $6.99. The other prices they're at sort of range. Maybe. Okay. This is not a scientific method. I never do it scientific. I just go with, you know what? I don't want it too high. I don't want it too low. Then simple delivery. So let's just click that. I clicked it. What did it do? Nothing. Still kept it as custom postage. Sorry, you click that. That should update to that straight away. So click it again. Now it does it. I noticed that a number of times. You click it, just seems to ignore it. Postage is now even easier. Debatable, but we will go with that. I'm not going with every, not for any particular reason. Every that I like or dislike every. I'm not particularly keen on a lot of these delivery services, but that's me. Everyone will maybe prefer that to Royal Mail. I'm going with Royal Mail. I'm happy with Royal Mail. Going with that. Now, up to 2 kilos. Whew, at least that got that. I've had quite a few of the entries set to 750 grams when they're not 750 grams. But this time it's got it 2 kilograms. I want that as the default. I would love that too. 2 kilograms is what I'm going to go with. That book is probably about 900 grams and may go over to the kilogram. And then, of course, the stamps you're putting on there, it's going to be wrong. £4.27. Yeah. See, maybe that's too high, maybe too low, but other people are doing £6.20 so. And 60-day return, quite happy with that. And save. So save it. Now what I like to do, I don't do it all of them, but maybe I should because I found when I click the view listing, let's click view listing. Sorry, £3.56 now. Now that's gone back to what it was yesterday. I've been doing some listings already this morning and it's been put in the correct value of £4.27, whatever that correct value is, of £4.27, some weird figure. So now it's £3.56. I do not understand this. Why did it say £4.27 then in the initial thing as the low value? So it doesn't fill you with confidence when values are shown one time and then you click onto them afterwards, and they're not the same. Not good. So please, eBay, try and update. Keep it consistent. If it says £3.56 on the other screen, on the other page, it should be £3.56 there, not whatever. So now let's see details. And this is the reason why I think that I'm going with buyer pays. Buyers can decide if they want a quick delivery, express tracked delivery, which it is. It's very good. I'm often very pleased to have. I often sometimes go for that, because if I'm going to be out maybe 2 days' time, I don't want the standard delivery because I might not be in at the point when they come. So I might be in tomorrow. So tracked 24 is a better option. So there is a reason for it occasionally. But if you're doing it, you're paying for it. The seller is paying for it. As far as I can see, the people will always go for express. Now you're suddenly paying a bit more, which you've got to take into account in your pricing, because they probably won't go for that one. But at least if you're giving them the option, they can decide. That's my argument for that. I don't know. Please put in the comments below if you think that's a good argument, a bad argument. I don't know. But that's what I'm going for. So now we've got £3.56, £3. I'm confused on this. So like I say, sometimes it's £4.27, sometimes it's £3.56. And I've had some things with one book that it was completely, I could never get it to change at all. There's certain books that seem to be like, it's just going to ignore me. So that's odd. So I've updated it. Now with that, what would be nice, let's just go out, and I'm just quickly going back to the listing again. So here's all the active listings. Would be nice if the listings, these listings, now I've gone for 200 because I've got about 176. I wanted them all on a single page. So if you've got 500, this is all going to be awkward because it always puts it back to the first page as far as I'm aware. So I've just gone for the whole lot, 176. So you got there. What would be nice would be a postage option here. You think they've obviously got all this promoted listings thing. That was going a bit weird as well. I've cancelled my promotions and I'm still getting entries coming up saying, a click from a promotion. How? They're all been closed. Anyway, minor point on that one. Watch it, all that sort of stuff. But why not postage? They could put, obviously not going to bother with simple delivery bit, but they could at least show the amount. Would be nice down the side, so you can then correct and make certain they're all correct. Just certainly at this stage, I think it's just going to be, or even better, last edited. Why not a last edited column? Just pointing out, it would be nice so you could sort anything that's, so you know you can see the ones you've updated. Then you can continue ones that have not been updated for a couple of weeks. So you could just go and correct those. Instead, you've got things like custom label and stuff, which I suppose is useful for some people. But for me, it would be nice if there was some options to, I suppose there's a customized table. What does it say? Click there. Oh, maybe there is one. Let's be fair to it, customized table. So maybe you can customize it. Let's sold, duration, item number, high bid, offers, postage costs. Oh, postage costs. Okay. Take all that back. Looks like you can add it. Would be nice at last edit though. They haven't got that. But save. So save. It's going to take a bit of time to process. So hopefully now, where will it put it? At the end? Postage free. See, that gets me a bit worried as well. Free. It's not free. I've updated those to, that makes it even more confusing. Now look, all the ones I've just done that one. Well, that's going to be useless. That's a useless value, isn't it then? Cology and painting. I've just updated it. I know it's updated. It's correct. And they got here free. Is their database somehow slightly lagging or something? Very odd. Well, that's going to be very useful. Not at this point. Anyway, so that's a run through of some of the potential, which I'm certain everyone will get through this. I don't think that I always like to see glass. It's definitely totally full sort of person. So yes, there's going to be some initial problems perhaps. Maybe the 7th of April is going to be a problem for lots of people, potentially myself as well, where suddenly orders are coming through and they got the wrong post. You're going to have to make certain and check your entries, but it is worrying when the systems themselves do not seem to give consistent, as far as I can see, results at this stage. It's only, I think they should have given a month. Said, oh, look, we're going to do it on the 7th of May. That would have given a bit of time for it to settle in, find the problems, all those sort of things, get people to talk about it, realise it, oh, we've got to change things, we've got to do this. Maybe you don't have to do anything. Maybe it'll all be fine. Everyone will be, sales will be up, 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 up. Or maybe, who knows, people are going to look at it and go, whew, buyer protection, that postage, all these things, will I buy on it at all? I don't know. It's going to be interesting for things like smaller items maybe. It's just going to be, obviously people who have probably got larger items that are always been that sort of 15 kilograms or less. It won't be an issue. Maybe people put that 15 kilograms just on something, just cover it all, go for that and just assume buyer pays. Please put in the comments below if you think that there's going to be some issues with it, that you think it maybe be no problem at all. I would really love to know, do you think I'm worrying about absolutely nothing? I generally don't worry about most things like that because it will happen. There's no point worrying about things. It will happen. So things will have to be sorted out, gone through, sorted, and we will all hopefully come through smiling with it, hopefully. A like or dislike, always appreciated. I will be doing more book review videos. I've got a book haul coming up fairly soon, so I'll be putting that on. And also I'm going to do a review of Nick's new book, which is great. I'm just going to go through that. And also, like I say, so that, please subscribe to the channel. Thank you. Bye.